Hi guys, welcome to the most requested tutorial of all time. I'm going to show you guys how to do some heatless curls, and I'm actually using a method that one of my subscribers mentioned in a comment, and I've tried to go back and find that comment and I can't, but thank you subscriber for giving me this idea. Let's talk about what you'll need. First of all, you'll need something to make a bun with. I'm using these little foam bun makers that kind of bend into place, or you could use a typical little net one as well. Or if you want to, you could just cut off the toe of a sock and roll it up. Use an ankle sock for little curls and a really long sock for bigger curls. And then you'll need a spray water bottle and a hairbrush and something to add some hold to your hair, like a spray gel or a mousse or even hairspray. Now let's talk about how to make the curls. Basically, we're going to make a bun mohawk on our heads. So basically, you're going to separate your hair from the ears forward and then go ahead and brush it to get it all going one direction so that it's not going to be as frizzy or crazy once you pull it out later. Once you've got it all brushed, you can go ahead and spray it with some water to get it damp. If you're a nighttime showerer, you could just wait for your hair to air dry to 80 to 90% or use a hair dryer. And then spray your hair or put through your hair whatever you're using to hold it and brush it again to make sure that all of that is evenly dispersed. Now for these little foam bun maker things, you're going to wrap your hair around it going away from your face and roll it back up until the little bun maker is right up against your head. And then you're going to bend it forward to create the little bun, and it holds really well there. It won't move at all during the night. And this has been my favorite one just because you get a little bit more control and they're ridiculously cheap. Now you're going to go ahead and continue that. So I went back about 2 inches and picked up the next section of hair and then repeated all the same steps. So I went ahead and brushed it so that it was all nice and smooth. And once I had that there, then I went ahead and sprayed it with water because I'm a morning showerer, so my hair was completely dry at this point. So I just misted it a little bit just to get my hair damp. You really don't want it saturated because it won't dry by morning, but you do want it enough to where you will make curls. So just a little bit damp. Then go ahead and brush through it again, and then you're just going to go ahead and wrap it and bend it against your head. And I'm going to show you with the very last curl how to do this with a bun maker or a sock. I only have one bun maker and Jason wouldn't let me cut up his socks, so I had to use my other ones for the rest of these. But anyway, then you're just going to continue, and I suggest taking like 1 to 2 inch sections for this. So for me that's 4 buns, but if you have more hair than I do, you might need more than that. And if you have less hair than I do, you might need less than that. This is going to be something that you have to play around with just a little bit to find out what's right for you. So for the sock bun, I like to go ahead and put my hair through it and then go ahead and wrap the end of my hair around it just to go ahead and get it started. And then basically you're going to kind of turn that little donut inside out over and over again until you have it flush against your head. And a lot of times you have to keep pulling it back to get rid of any slack in there so that you get it nice and tight against your head. And then you have your 4 little buns. And sometimes I like to do this little section as 2 instead of 1. It makes my curls extra big and extra curly looking, which I like, but that's totally up to you. So then you're going to go to sleep so that these have a chance to dry. Then in the morning, feel them to make sure they're dry. If they're still a little wet, you can hit it with a hairdryer to kind of finish it off just in case. Then go ahead and let them down. And they're going to be kind of weird and ringlety and just a little bit of a mess, so we're going to have to kind of work with them once you get them out. You can go ahead and see that you already have some nice curls right here. So go ahead and let all of them down, and again, make sure as you're doing this that they're completely dry, and if they're not, hit them with a hairdryer just to make sure. And you can do that on a cool setting so you're not using any heat just in case you're afraid of heat completely. So once you've got this all down, you kind of have to break them apart so that they're not so ringlety, and that makes them crazy frizzy. So I brushed through them with my fingers, and this is kind of what it looks like after that, so totally cute. But basically then I just take my fingers and I pull the curls in the direction they're supposed to go, and it pulls the frizz out of it and kind of gets them all going into the right direction so it looks a little less crazy. If you have any really frizzy bits, you can take your hairbrush and kind of brush it around your hand to go ahead and smooth them down just a little bit more. You could also use a smoothing treatment like BioSilk just to kind of smooth down any extra bits. Then go ahead and spray it with a spray gel or a scrunching gel and scrunch it back up. That is the way that I found the best to get these curls really looking nice and to get rid of that frizz. It works really well on my hair, so I definitely suggest trying that if you have a scrunch spray or anything like that. And so then I actually went and recurled these 2 little sections because they were just kind of crazy. I don't usually have to do that, but just in case. And this is my natural hair texture, and this is what it looks like once I've got the curls in. So definitely get those curls in there, and it's really easy and you don't have to use a curling iron. And this is what it looks like if I do those 2 little buns instead of just 1. And I really like how that looks. Then if I give it an hour or two or brush through it, I get these like waves. They're huge, but it's kind of cool, pretty waves as well. So there's a lot of ways that you can wear this for sure. Let me know if you do it. Send me pictures. I'd love to see. Be sure to check out my previous video, and I will see you guys again on Friday with another hairstyle video. See you then. Mwah! Bye!